everyone, it's Lynette with Charm Grammy Crochet. Today is April 29th and this is Charm Chatter number 49. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it. I want to thank everyone for coming today, visiting me here in the yarn room. And I thank all my subscribers who've been with me for a long time. I really appreciate it. If you're new, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Like button would be great too. I just had my 1-year podiversary on Sunday. And so there is a giveaway. Go to that video and enter for a chance to win a $50 shopping spree on me. And don't mind my hair, guys. I just got out of the shower and I haven't like fluffed it with anything. You know, usually I use a flat iron on it and make it stick out a little and just go with it. I got dressed and everything for you. So, you know, let's see. So yeah, back to the video. Go ahead and go to that video, last video 48 then, I guess, and you know, enter to win the shopping spree. You have to be subscribed, you know, all of that standard stuff, and you have to leave a comment of what you will buy or what you would like to buy on the shopping spree if you win. And I'm telling you guys are coming up with some of the coolest stuff. I'm surprised at how many people say Mary Maxim. They're going to go to Mary Maxim, which is fabulous. I like Mary Maxim. I have 2 orders pending with them right this moment. You know, it's the anti-depression shopping going on now. Sometimes you just have to buy things. I just do anyway, to feel a little bit better. Buying yarn makes me happy, and I'm not upset about the corona. I don't feel, I don't, to be honest, I don't know anybody that's been sick with it, you know, and had any problems. And no one personally in my, you know, no, so it's not as scary for me as maybe it is for others. The fact that I don't have to go to work is okay with me. My issue is that I'm having issues getting paid, unemployment, which is not your problem, but it is making me want to go yarn shopping so I feel better. Which is, then again, back to you're not getting paid, so you really shouldn't do that. But my husband is getting paid, so he's buying yarn for me. He loves me. He'll do that. So I do have some Mary Maxim coming in, and I don't see a lot of people unboxing Mary Maxim videos. So the amount of people that said they want to buy Mary Maxim was really surprising to me. But people are coming up with some really good stuff, some very generous things. And I'm loving reading all of the comments. And I want to thank you all so much for all of the support over the last year. I'm glad everyone enjoyed having my daughter and granddaughter there with that video. I enjoyed them being part of my 1-year anniversary as well. And all the encouraging words to Amanda with her looming is awesome. And I think she's going to try to crochet a blanket. So that's kind of exciting. And, you know, Stitch Fest, Rosie was on yesterday, Rosie from Nona's Stitching Lounge, and she mentioned Stitch Fest, and, you know, we still want to have that when it's safe. And Amanda was going to come, but she was going to spend the whole time by the pool. But now that I've got her a little hooked on the fiber arts, maybe she even placed an order with Mary Maxim with me, so maybe she'll be sitting in the crochet room instead of just at the pool. What am I drinking? I am drinking, this cup holds a lot. It's a big cup. And I had a big cup of coffee in there and it was just, So I put in a cup of, or I added to what was left of my coffee, mint chocolate hot cocoa. So it's a Starbucks term of mint cocoa latte, maybe. I don't know, because there's coffee creamer in it too. It's got oh, caramel macchiato, maybe coffee creamer, and sugar. So that should really boost my metabolism. So, all right, enough of that. Let's see, what do we got going on? I have some finished projects. I have some new stuff. So let's start with the finished projects. You've seen this before because I made it a while ago, but I just, this is my sun hat, and I did add some wire. So I added one more row to the brim, and I added some wire. So I made this, the wire is copper, so I'm hoping copper doesn't rust. I mean, they make pipes out of it, right? So this is a 22 gauge wire from Heidley and Joe. Using the wire, crocheting over it, very easy. It's a 22 gauge. I wasn't sure how heavy of a wire to buy. I wanted something that would be pliable, but not too thick to make it hard to work with. And I really don't know wire gauges. Like, what do I know about that? Nothing. This one didn't seem like it would break really easy, but would, you know, not fight me to go around the hat. And I just laid it against the brim and did another row of single crochet around it. Maybe a thicker wire would be good because it's still pretty floppy, and I don't mind it floppy, but maybe a little up more would be better. Maybe I could have done 2 wires together, but you know, there's always a but, right? So this part of the hat I did with 1 strand of yarn. The brim, to make it tighter to begin with, and I was hoping that it would stand up pretty much by itself, I used 2 strands at the same time. And so it's heavier, but yet I thought stiff enough that it might support itself. Well, it didn't, so then I had to do the wire. And you know, I have vitiligo where I'm losing my pigment in my skin, so wearing a hat is very important. I love the design of this because the granny squares would give you some holes. I never keep a hat on because my head gets so hot. My hair is hot, and you know, I like the wide brim to cover my neck. So anyway, I did make it bigger here in the hat part than what the pattern called for, because I wanted it to be loose on my head. Again, hoping to not be as hot. Truthfully, I should not have done that, and I probably will make another one. I don't think I'll do the 2 strands on here for a second one, and then maybe the wire will work better because the brim won't be so heavy. Not that it's heavy, but you know, maybe my wire, I don't know. But I think I'll make another one because I have more of this yarn, and I want to try it without adding 1 more increase from what the pattern calls for. I really do like the hat, and for someone that needs to wear a hat often, it's perfect. I totally love it. Let me put it down over here. The pattern is it's called Crochet Sun Hat Free Pattern by Little John's Yarn. She does a great tutorial, and I used Yarn Bee. I have this in several colors. This is Yarn Bee from Hushabye Solid from Hobby Lobby. It's a 50% cotton, 50% acrylic, and it's a thick, it kind of reminds you of cotton cakes, but it's squishier than a cotton cake. I think it's like the strand is fluffier than a cotton cake, I think. I used white, so I did use it in white, and I think they call this color Cloud, but I had a couple of skeins. They're not real big skeins. It's 100 grams, so it's 208 yards, so that's not so bad. I really did like this yarn. It was really easy to work with, real similar to cotton cakes. The yarn is like dense but fluffy. So anyway, and real soft and squishy, and it's cotton, so it should, like, you know, work well for summer. Well, cotton blend. So I had more than one skein of this, so I started with one skein and made the body of the hat, and then I pulled out a second skein to make the brim, because I wanted to do 2 strands at one time. So I probably have almost a full skein left here, but I just thought it would be easier to work with 2 at one time, to just use 2 different strands and put them back together. You know, so that's what I did. I did yesterday some rewinding of yarn. I rewound this, and I rewound, this is what's left of the comfy cotton that I used for the hexy lacy cardigan that I showed you that I'm going to use. That was comfy cotton. And I don't know why I pulled that comfy cotton out, but boy, these two would go really good together, wouldn't they? Put the gray comfy cotton, what color, what's this one called? Silver lining with, this is, I think is called, in the comfy cotton, it's called driftwood. If you use it in Flicka, it was called something else. I think I have those names right, but I like those together. So anyway, I just had these out. I just pulled the pink one out so I could give you the information. And oh gosh, I forgot to clamp it shut with a thing. Okay, well, anyway, we're gonna stick, well, we'll put that away later. So that's my first finished project I wanted to show you. I have notes, and now I've everything all organized. Now it's all getting a mess and I can't see what I'm doing. Okay, so then I made a shawl. Now there is a tutorial for this online in a child size. If you want the adult version, you have to buy the pattern. So I was pattern reading this. This is the one that I was trying to read the pattern and then refer to the video. But mind you, I did do the video first and then went back to read the pattern and refer to the video. So I had a good idea what I was doing beforehand. Now, the shawl is supposed to have sleeves in the pattern. It has sleeves. I want it to be a summer shawl. I picked colors for it to be a summer shawl, and I totally love the way this worked up. I think it's beautiful. I did not put sleeves on it. I did not put the fringe on it, which I was gonna do the fringe. That's one of the things I really liked about it, but with the yarn that I picked out and the length that it is, I decided no fringe. So this is the shawl, and the reason that I even, it's not the fanciest stitch, but the yarn, I think, makes it look gorgeous. The yarn, let's talk about the yarn, is DK Colors in the color, I think, Rose Garden. Yeah, color is Rose Garden. I had 3 cakes. This little blob here is what's left of 2. So I have plenty to make sleeves if in the fall I decide to want to make sleeves. And I also have plenty to add fringe if I wanted to do that. But let me show you. I just think it is lovely. And like I said, I wanted it to be summer. You know, we camp. Let me just move my chair out of the way so don't mind my back. But you get a good look, I hope, now of the back of it. Are you? See? I love shawls, but they always fall off. And I have a hard time and don't like fighting with them. So, oh, there we go. Wait, come on down. There. So with the sleeves in this pattern, and they're up high, it gives me a little bit on my shoulders for protection if I wanted to from the sun. I think the color is gorgeous. And it comes down, which you can't see, it comes down past my whole rear end. My whole rear end is covered, and the point is like mid-calf. I mean, mid-thigh, maybe. So if I added fringe, which you won't be able to see that anyway, but I have a mirror over here I could see. Yeah. So, and the front comes down very low beyond my belly, and, you know, the same like the back. And the thing is is if I added fringe, which is adorable on it in the, in the pattern, it looks fabulous. But my thought is if I add fringe, it's just going to tickle the backs of my legs in the summertime when I have shorts on. And I didn't want to do that. You know what? I'm going to leave it on because I totally love this. It's not cold today, but I'm going to wear it because I need it and I like it and I love the colors. So anyway, that's why I decided no fringe, because I just felt like if I'm walking around, the fringe is just going to tickle the backs of my legs and make me crazy. So no fringe. And I could throw this over a bathing suit easily if I wanted to. It's long enough. And it's big enough to like wrap if I want. And it's holey enough and lightweight enough. It drapes beautiful. I think it's going to be great. I love it. And goes with my hat, which is now not working. Look at that. So the only things I did do, different on the pattern was, not add the sleeve and the fringe. And then I did add a row of half double crochet as a border, which it doesn't ask for, but, when you do like a magic circle at the top and you got that one strand, I don't like it. So anyway, or else you pull it too tight and then it's got a bump. And so anyway, that's what I decided. And so that's what I did. I like the little finish on it. It's just a simple, all the stitches are simple, which gives it like dimension, texture, I guess, to the pattern. But the yarn makes it pretty, in my opinion. And these are my colors. I don't know if I ever told you guys this. When I was a teenager and was allowed to pick, we were remodeling the bedrooms and I got to pick my colors. And these are actually the colors that I picked. My room was, now mind you, this was in the 70s. So you gotta, most of you will probably relate. My walls, 3 of the 4 walls were pink. A light pink, like a baby pink, and the 4th wall, which had 3 doors on it, 2 closets, and then the entry door, which I can't even believe my parents let me do this, but the 3rd wall was lime green, pale lime green, like the palest green in here, maybe even lighter, but it was a pale lime green, and I painted the 3 doors pink. The carpet was a darker green. And I had 2 twin beds and 1 window in the room. And the beds had green comforters that had ruffles, big ruffles down the side, 3 big ruffles. So it was a pale lime green top and first ruffle, and then a darker green and a darker green down the sides. And the curtains matched, so they had a ruffle with 3 different tiers of green. And everybody said, "You're doing what to your room?" But then when it was done, it was very girly, very, everybody loved it. Now, if you went back and looked at that room, people would be like, "Oh my God, what did she do?" But I'm going to tell you, it was pretty cute back in the 70s. And I still like those colors together. So when I saw this yarn, excuse me, and I saw it in person, I'm like, oh, I have to buy that. I just really love it. So, okay, so that is finished project number 2. And I did make some stitch markers. I gave 1 to Amanda. I made 3. I know I had talked about it, so I did make, and I wanted to show you. These are the other 2 that I did not give to Amanda. They're okay. I have some, and I didn't have it down there. I think they're in here. No. I have some other charms and stuff that I could put on them. They are in here, but I have some white, clear, diamond-looking beads that I can't find. So I quit making them because I want some white beads on there. It's very tedious. I did buy the bigger jump ring pins. So this is the pins. This has one pin in it, and it came with that jewelry set I bought from Amazon. But I thought I needed bigger pins. So this is the like what you put on a bigger pin. The one that I gave Amanda, I had 2 of these short ones on. So I had a elephant and then, you know. But that's my first attempt at stitch markers. And I don't hate them, but I want to get some numbers. So you can put your, you know, size of your hook on them. So I want to do that. And they didn't have any little numbers when I was at Joann's. I think I have to probably order those. I don't know. I haven't looked into it. I thought that's something that's going to have to wait. So I wanted to get the little numbers, and I wanted to get maybe some letters. I don't know. So maybe just C's and G's, Charm Grammy, and because my plan is maybe to, you know, give these out with Happy Mail. I don't know. I'm going to make the row counters. I haven't done that yet. Ryan, the Yarn Hag, has a video. Maybe I'll write that down and try to link it. For row counter markers. Let me just make a note. So I can put that in the description box, because I'll put these other things in the description box. The stitch markers video was from How to Make Stitch Markers from Mama Hodge. So let's give her credit. They're tedious. You know, you're working with little tiny things. And I haven't made the stitch markers because I looked at the video from Ryan, and you need some kind of cording. I was going to use twine. No, not twine, like crochet thread. But I think I found the right thing at Mary Maxim, and they had them on sale for 49 cents. And I don't remember what they called it, but I think it was some kind of cord. Thin. I'm hoping it's the right thing. I ordered a couple of them because they were only 49 cents. So I ordered them in pink and I ordered them in white because those were the colors they had. And I think I ordered 2 of each. So if it's not the right thing, I got a lot of this cord that I don't have any idea what I'm going to do with. But I'm going to wait for that to come to go with the row counters, because I don't want to take the time to make it and then not be the right thing. So I hope that the cord is correct. I hope it's the right thing. Then, let's see, that's all the finished objects that I have. But I have a couple of new projects. Of course, you finish one, you got to start 2, right? Well, the one I was already working on, so I'll show it to you. This is, I hope I'm not taking my hook out. So I'm using this Summer's Nights, and I don't have the ball band with me. So I don't know what color it is, but it's a light color. And this is the top I'm making. It is the Solomon's Knot. And I worked on this a lot last night. So the idea is my plan is to make it all one piece and just sew up the sides like Darla top. Easy breezy summer. I don't know, I just call it the Darla top. Because so I have this stitch marker, and I had to use the lightest weight stitch markers I could find because this yarn is so fine. It's a number 1. And then this is all so stretchy because, you know, it's like the Solomon's Knot is like a fishnet. So here is going to be the underneath of my arm. And I decreased up to here, and then I'm going to leave it at that, and then because I want this to gather up like this a lot here, so I'm adding rows so that it, you know, bunches up there. I want there to be like a lot of fabric there. I still need, so this will be from here is the same as here, and I'm not quite sure how really to make that work so that I get a bunch of gather. So I'm just kind of winging it as I go. But my thought is I'll just, when I stitch it together, I don't know. I'm not stitching it together because I'm going to go around my, so I don't know if this is going to work. We'll figure it out. But my thought is I'm just going to stitch, continue to add rows until this is as thick as I think I want it. Maybe another row or two anyway. Then when I go to flip over my back, I'll just put a couple of stitches on each side and let the rest hang in, and then do a chain of Solomon's knots to go like across my back, and then reconnect to a couple of stitches over here, and then add a few rows again at the same so that it gathers a little at the back. Maybe, I don't know if I want to get it at the back. I don't know. As I said, it's a fly by night, off the seat of my pants kind of thing, because the yarn is so, the whole everything is so stretchy. I feel like I have a lot of room for making mistakes and fixing it without anybody even seeing. So we're gonna see how that works out for me. So far it works in my head, kind of. Maybe not. It kind of does, until I start to do like, okay, yeah, that makes really good sense, and then I start to work it and I'm like, I don't know if that's gonna work out, because eventually I have to add those back in around those stitches that I took out so that it meets back up under the arms. So we'll see how it goes. It's a very, very thin #1 yarn. It drives my eyes crazy to work with, but I'm adjusting. I've worked now with #1s for my curtains, or maybe that was mostly #2 weight yarn. This is my first and only #1 weight yarn. And with the sparkle and the thinness, it does kind of make my eyes crazy, but not as much as when I first started making my curtains and going with that real fine yarn. So that being said, I started another fine yarn project, but this is with a #2 weight yarn. Amanda wants a beach cover up. Chloe wants 2 more Darla tops. She wants them out of, I don't know if I showed you this, she wants one out of this yarn, and she wants one out of this, which are cotton cakes. Oh, doesn't help if I can see it. This color is hydrangea, and this color is lavender fields. Totally love both of those. So I told her I would make her another top out of those. And Amanda was like, wait, she gets another top and I don't have a beach cover up. I'm like, no, wait, we're working on that. We had talked about it. So I have been looking for patterns and talking to her about what she wants out of the top, out of the cover up. She wants it long, and you've seen her, she's tall and thin. So we took some measurements on Sunday when they were here, and you guys, this is gonna go across her back. Really? I'm like, really? Actually, I hope it's gonna go across her back. When I started this, it was like an inch wider. I just saw Summer from Summer's Tips and Stitches talk about she was making something and hers always grows. Mine always gets shorter. I don't understand why that happens. But I started with a pattern and she didn't like it. I had like this much done and it shrunk up 2 or 3 inches. So this one I made wider when I started the pattern, and she likes this. Now let me show it to you close. It's like stars. The designer is let's see, is Knit and Crochet with Valentina, and she calls this Crochet Flower of Life pattern. Now she just was showing you how to do the stitch, like to make a blanket or whatever. I'm going to make panels This is going to go across the back of Amanda to her shoulders, and then I'm going to make 2 half-size panels to go across, you know, down her front. And we're debating if she wants the sides sewn together or not. She wants to be able to tie it with a string, you know, like a crochet rope or whatever. So I'm thinking, and she wants it open at the bottom for sure. So I'm thinking maybe we'll just go up the side, like from her hip to her underarm, and sew that, and then the rest will just be floppy and on its own, which she really likes that idea. So I think that's probably what it's going to do. And she wants it to come down to her like mid-calf. And she's going to buy a patriotic bathing suit to go with it, because she needs a new suit this year. Or 2 or 4. So that Flowers of Life by Knit and Crochet with Valentina, I will link that. It's a pretty easy tutorial. I think I've made something similar to that when I first learned to crochet. And the Solomon's knot, I was, there's a, let's see, Nati Crochet, N-A-T-I. Her video was my inspiration. She made a shirt out of the a top out of the Solomon's knot, and she talks about it. She shows you how to do the stitch, and that was my inspiration. So I will also, she doesn't do a tutorial on how to make the shirt. She just talks about how she made the shirt. But I will link that video also. So let's see, what else did I get? We talked about the shawl, we talked about the hat, we talked about the stitch markers, and my 2 new works in progress. Well, the continuation of the one, and the other is the replacement of this one. I have not worked on the new neon blanket because I wanted to finish this and finish my hat, because Sunday we might get sun again. We had sun yesterday. Today it's cloudy. It's warm though, but it's rainy. It's spring, right? At least it's not 35 degrees because we've had a lot of that. I'm going to tell you, this weather is crazy here. I live by the lake, not on the lake, but you know, greater Cleveland area. We're right there by the lake, and we get what they call lake effect weather. I don't know how many other people get lake effect weather. Maybe if you buy the ocean, you get ocean effect weather. I don't know if that's a phrase, but here they call it lake effect. And the lake affects us in really strange ways at times. My daughter is a 25-minute drive from us, one direction, and my son is a 25-minute drive another direction. My oldest son. And my third son is a 25-minute drive. My third child is a 25-minute drive in another direction. There's no north because then you kind of hit the lake. You can't go 25 minutes north from my house without actually going into Lake Erie. But anyway, the weather comes off the lake and it changes, and based on where you are in this, you know, 25 minutes either direction of me, on the central location of the family, your weather can be completely different. Randy's house can have sunshine and Amanda's house can have snow. You know, all like, she'll be, it's snowing like a son of a gun over here, and Randy is like, what are you kidding? The kids are outside and it's bright and sunny and 35, you know. And the same with rain. So it can be storming at Amanda's house. She gets more of the lake effect on her side. That's more like towards the Pennsylvania, New York direction. Randy's more into like the other side of Ohio, and Stephen's more a little south. So, but Stephen is more south towards Amanda's side. Not that the geography matters to you guys, but so on any given day, you know, we get this wide variety of weather because the winds change and the wind comes over the lake And it'll change from 25 minutes that way to 25 minutes that way drastically. So yesterday was supposed to be a yucky day and it was gorgeous. Today was supposed to be, I think, more of a gorgeous day, and it's still warm, but it's supposed to get chillier again, and who knows? Who knows? My hair is just all over and it's making me itch. Oh, I know, don't touch your face. I just got out of the shower, so it's all clean. Besides my yarn, which is clean. So there you go. All right, enough rambling. I'm done. I will see you maybe tomorrow, maybe the next couple days. I don't know, when I have something more to show you. I thought I didn't have much to show you today, but I sure did. Okay, have a great day. Stay safe. If your city is opening up, be careful out there. It's a war zone, right? See you, bye.